Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Let's start our video with a story in which our OP got the easiest month at his job, getting paid to read and chill and nap. Well, who wouldn't want that? But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Don't even say hi to them. Many years ago, I was the junior manager at a restaurant known for sausage and older customers. A few weeks into my training, one of the senior VPs at the company decided to hire his mistress to redesign the decor in the stores in my area. Y'all, never let your side piece take part in your job. She had no qualifications and the worst taste. Truly abominable color and pattern combinations. Picture pink floral wallpaper, geometric orange carpet, and baby crap on the chairs and booths. I cannot adequately describe the atrocity of her designs. She also was moving display cases where things were in the kitchen and grill areas, and more. All of this was to be done at night so that we didn't have to close during operational hours. I was the one who had to stay all night while they made all these changes. 2 weeks of working all night supervising, I was horrified at the plans and told my boss, who agreed with me. Then he told me to just read a book or something so I couldn't be accused of sabotaging the design. This had just happened at the 2 stores that were remodeled before ours was. My manager then told me I was not to even speak to the workmen unless they were taking food or restaurant supplies out of the building. I clarified that he meant not saying hi or anything else to them for any reason, including good manners or work that had a serious problem. Another manager got fired for talking too much with the workmen and then objecting to the hideous new decor, because corporate was that awful to managers. A couple of nights later, I noticed that the workmen are obviously not doing things right. Not because things looked hideous, but because they were doing a crap job of it. They had to move some of the electric outlets, and several of them were smoking after they put the outlet covers on. They also shot sparks whenever you plugged anything in. I didn't say a word. After all, I wasn't allowed to talk to the workers unless they were stealing food or restaurant supplies. So I ignored it. When the GM came in, he tried to plug in the calculator in the office that the workmen moved. It shot out sparks. He then asked me why I didn't inspect everything the electrician did and insist he redo the outlets because of the shoddy workmanship. He also got upset the day the wallpaper was hung. A couple of strips were upside down, the edges were curling, and overall it just looked horrible. The trim that they painted had lots of drips and splatters and mist spots. It was just a mess. Boss was far from happy that I didn't monitor the quality of the work that I had no authority to do anything about. I was just there to keep them from stealing. I told boss that he said I was not to talk to the workers unless they were stealing food or other restaurant supplies. I also mentioned that I was not a building or electrical inspector, so how should I know if they did a bad job? I didn't tell him that my parents taught me to redecorate and remodel. Dad was a shop teacher and doesn't see gender as a reason not to learn life skills. In our family, fixing it yourself is a life skill. When the district manager came in to see the final results, nothing was fixed because even my GM didn't have the authority to make the workers redo anything for any reason. He was furious. It really looked that bad. We had the CEO coming in to inspect later that day. It was awesome. I got called onto the carpet for allowing the workmen to do such a bad job. My GM's head exploded when I told the district manager that I was not even supposed to say hi to the workmen, much less criticize anything they were doing, per a direct statement from my GM. I did not get into any trouble, and the district manager thought it was hilarious, except for the part where we were left with a store that looked atrocious and had entire sections where the electric work was bad enough that we were afraid the store would burn down. It legit was that bad. We got a new crew of workers, and I got to spend 10 more days supervising the workers. Easiest month on that job. And our second story. All taken everything burger. My first job was waitressing at a 50s diner-style burger joint. I think I was about 16. It was a sweet gig. My coworkers were generally nice. The customers were a mixed bag, though we did have one homeless guy that would come in and do our food challenge weekly for a free meal. It was cool. Anyways, to the story at hand. I had a family come in. If I remember correctly, it was the traditional dad, mom, 2 kids. It was lunch rush, and basically all the tables and the bar were filled. So I'm taking their order, and the dad asks for a burger. Me. What would you like on that burger? Dad. Everything. Me. Well, we have a lot of options. I gesture to the menu section containing the topping choices. The dad does a once-over, clearly not long enough to read, looks back at me and states, everything. At this point, I should note we had a bunch of choices. Looking at the restaurant's menu, they currently have mustard, onions, slaw, chili, mayo, ketchup, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, grilled mushrooms, grilled onions, grilled bell peppers. I feel like there was even more choices when I worked there. The place also has 4 to 5 cheese options. I asked the dad a few more times if he's sure, even tried to list the toppings. His wife even tried to explain the situation. I could tell he was getting agitated, but I also knew he didn't know what everything meant. Eventually, I take his word for it and attempt to get the rest of his order. Me. Do you want cheese? Dad. I said everything. Me. Well, we have 4. Dad. Everything. Yikes. I want to point out he's literally yelling here. Those exclamation points are not for emphasis. Well, I finished taking the table's order. On the ticket, I remember specifically taking the time to meticulously write out every ingredient as clearly as I could. The tickets were small, and each ingredient was denoted by an acronym, so it was a challenge to fit everything. I also made sure to include every possible cheese. I knew this monstrosity was going to be sent back. I knew it was an abomination, but I was determined to give that man what he asked for. The line cooks looked at me like, "You sure?" With a simple nod, I pulled the trigger. I walked that burger out to the man with the biggest crap-eating grin. It had to have been 2 pounds of sloppy, wet burger. The annoyance on his face would have been reward enough, but as predicted, the father called my manager over and complained. My manager came to me fuming, clearly had been chewed out by the man. "You know you have to ask the customers what they want on their burgers." I did. Well, the man at table 11 said he didn't ask for that. Mind you, I was still 16 at this point and timid. Still, I explained the situation. My manager's demeanor changed and he had a little smirk on his face. My manager asked me to follow him back to the table and grabbed a menu on the way. Manager: "Hi, sir, I need some clarity. What exactly did you ask for on your burger?" Customer: Everything, but..." My manager opened the menu on the table, pointing to the topping options. Manager: "Sir, this is everything. This is what's on your burger." "I'll be happy to remake the burger to your specifications if you can give them this time, but we're very busy and it could take a while. OP, please take his order." So I did. I can't remember his actual order anymore, but it was definitely a more traditional burger. Probably took about 10 minutes to come out, so his family was mostly done with their meal while he was beginning. We could have taken another burger off the line to make his, but why make a chill table wait? And our next story. Open house, literally giving stuff away. Back in 2014, my family and I decided to move rather abruptly. We had lots of furniture, appliances, etc. that we couldn't be bothered to move. We decided to take to Craigslist and sell everything at near-nothing prices. We sold a couple of pieces, but then our moving day was rapidly approaching. Dreading a move, we changed the posting from furniture for sale to free, everything must go, pick up. My phone exploded. Here's a couple of interactions that I vividly remember. The prospector, toothless older man with a southern drawl. P: "Hey, y'all got that free stuff? How about that couch?" Me: "Yes, we have it. It's an open house. Address is blank. Pick up at will." P: "I'll drive over today." 3 hours later. P: "Y'all still got that couch?" Me: "Yes." P: "I'm having truck trouble." Me: "Okay." P: "Can y'all deliver?" Me: "No." P: How am I supposed to pick that up? 2. Crazy lady. CL. I saw all the furniture you have, and I'm very interested in getting some of it. This has been a bad year for my family, and things have been so hard. It's an absolute blessing I found this. And you know, it's just incredible because my mother is bedridden, and my son has just been diagnosed with ADHD, and this will make everything better. Me. Okay, it's an open house, and the address is blank. CL. Oh, thank you. But is there any way that you can deliver? My mom loves those paintings and figurines, and I think it'll make her very happy. And it's what she needs right now. And it would be such a blessing. And I can't make it out there. You see, my transmission is busted, and my car doesn't go. And the buses don't go out there. Me. I'm in the process of liquidating my house, and everything in it's free. All you have to do is pick it up. CL. You're not understanding. My mom is very sick, and I can't make it out there. But I guess my boyfriend can get it since you won't accommodate me or my mom. My mom is dying, don't you understand? Since you can deliver, at least hold them, and my boyfriend will be there in a few hours. Me. I'm sorry your mom's dying? Also, someone else has picked up the figurines and paintings, so if that's all you were coming for, don't bother. CL. How is that possible? You just gave them away. I told you I wanted them for my mom. Me. There are 7 people in my house taking everything that's free and not tied down. All you need to do is be here. You have the details. If you can make it, great. If not, well, goodbye. CL. You know what? F you. I guess you don't care after all. I'm trying to make this year a little better, and you just don't care about anything. 2 hours later. CL. Is the washing machine still available? Hello? F you! Among many people who came to the house, only a few complained. One person complained that my furniture was nicked. It's free. And another person screamed about false advertising because the TV was gone. Another person complained that the washing machines weren't connected to the wall and demanded we set it up before giving them away. We didn't, so in the middle of arguing, someone else chimed in and I said, sure, take them. Another spotted a bag edit containing various belongings of my very recently deceased uncle at the time, including his pain medication, and kept asking to buy them off of us before ultimately trying to steal the bag. We called the police. And our last story. I'm calling the owner and getting you fired. Wife and I opened a store together many moons ago. We had 2 employees that worked with us, and I guess one of the employees made noises like he owned the place. Granted, never while we were in earshot. One day, a customer comes in and asks me a question, can't remember the conversation exactly, and I gave an answer he didn't like terribly much. Then he tried to argue with me about it. Finally, he said, I know the owner, and I'm calling him now, and I'm going to get you fired, and proceeded to pull out his cell phone. Well, employee who was moonlighting as the owner, speculation on my part, but it fits, was in our break room at the time, and I heard his phone ring. He answered, and they proceeded to have a quick conversation, and the employee walked out to see the guy. Customer then starts venting to the employee and says, I want this a-hole fired now. And the employee had to inform the guy that I was his boss and actually owned the company. The customer left shortly after that and sent his wife in to get the stuff he needed from then on. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.